What's up, guys? Max here, and I've got something special for you. I recently was able to reach out to a friend of mine who is a naval aviator who had the opportunity to see Top Gun Maverick. The following interview is a spoiler-free review from his perspective, how that movie was, and what you can hope to see when you go to the theaters in a couple weeks to check it out. I hope you enjoy. From watching the red carpet premiere, I saw multiple people throwing around the word better. Is Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick, better than Top Gun? You saw Top Gun, right?
I did.
And you were a naval aviator, right?
I was.
You're retired now.
Retired now, yeah.
Top Gun, maybe the most anticipated film in a long time, the long-awaited sequel to the 1985 classic that inspired, I'm sure, many people to join. Did Top Gun inspire you to join the Navy?
It actually did, yeah. I remember watching. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and just like riding my bike around singing "Highway to the Danger Zone."
One of the most memorable things about the original Top Gun is the music. How does the music compare in Top Gun Maverick?
I don't think it was as big of a part of the movie. I mean, there was definitely a few, it was more like instrumental stuff.
Everyone knows that there are these epic aerial scenes of flying that were filmed practically, or in other words, with real jets. How was the aviation stuff? How were the actual aerial scenes?
I thought it was all pretty cool. I know, I did hear that I think one of the scenes they had one plane that just did like multiple passes, and they would just like crop them all together. But I think other than that, I think it was all real footage that they shot, which I think is pretty cool that they were able to do that. And I saw that they, I think, shot like 800 hours of footage, which was amazing, because they spent so much time like out at off the carrier and out in the desert, and all the different locations that they filmed at, which I just thought was pretty amazing, like how much effort they put into it.
As far as from a Navy perspective, all these new actors playing pilots, how did they do?
I don't know. There's definitely some really just cheesy parts that you're like, oh, come on. Nobody talks like that. Nobody says that. But I think, to me, there was just a lot of parallels to like Star Wars. Even like how the original Top Gun was pretty much mostly serious, right? And then kind of like the newer Star Wars, they're all serious movies, but episode like 7, 8, 9, Rogue One, all those. But they mix in a ton of like humor, like situational humor, throughout the movie. And Top Gun kind of did the same thing. So it was obviously a very serious movie, but there was tons of humor mixed in.
So Tom Cruise comes back to reprise his role as Maverick. Rate him. How does he do?
He does pretty good, just because you could tell it would have put him at what, 30 something years.
Sure.
And yeah. He's still a captain. And it kind of just had him kind of off in the middle of nowhere doing test pilot stuff. And he's just the kind of the legendary pilot that nobody wants to really work with. They kind of they end up having to bring him back, because they're like, oh, nobody else can teach the way he can.
So Val Kilmer is teased as being part of this movie. Is Val Kilmer come back as Iceman?
Yeah, really small part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there, and on that note, are there other, notable, you don't have to reveal them, are there other notable callbacks to the original that big fans will be happy to see?
There was a lot of like lines that were used again and again from the original one. Goose's son is in the movie. Yeah. So the whole thing kind of revolves around that. That's like the secondary storyline.
Okay. The B story.
Yeah, the B story is Goose's son.
The one big question that I don't think has been revealed in the trailers, does the antagonist, the bad guy in this movie, does that make sense? Like when people watch that, are they going to be, you know, feel involved? Are they gonna care about who the bad guy is and what's at stake in this movie?
It's very similar to the first one, where the bad guy is kind of this like, well, it's this blend of modern day high tech bad guy. So pretty much a blend between China, Russia. You don't really see a face. You don't really hear any audio. You don't really. The logos are kind of fictitious and made up.
I think probably my biggest concern was that, you know, you go back and you watch Stealth, which was a big Navy movie back in the day, and the antagonist was it's almost like too far fetched. Does this one stay sort of grounded? At least it's sort of believable.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of goes back to the part where like, oh, they have 3 weeks to train for this like super high profile mission. And you're like, oh, come on, like, and they just brought everybody in for this specific mission. You're like, okay, I'll go with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I guess, believable to the layperson, and I'm not saying it could never happen, but I don't know.
Got it.
The military is not that efficient.
I'm dying to know if we get an inverted moment, if we get a Buzz the Tower moment, if we get the motorcycle on the flight line moment, which is teased in the trailer a little bit. Like, will people be, if people are going in there wanting these things, will they be happy customers?
Yeah, I mean, and that's where, kind of like I said earlier, where some of the lines were recreated. I guess some of the scenes were recreated as well. Like you definitely have a classic. I think I even showed it in the trailer, but the classic motorcycle down the flight line. You can kind of see like Point Loma in the back.
Yeah.
There's it was in the trailer too, but the playing the piano.
Yep.
That was in the in the movie. That was actually one of the scenes that I was like in the background of at the O bar that they, or the officers club that they made up at the beach.
All right, guys, let me jump in here real quick. If you need something to wear to that Top Gun premiere, check out my website, scuttlebuttshow.com, where you can pick up this fast mover shirt that you're seeing on your screen right now, as well as tons of other great Scuttlebutt Show merch. Thanks for watching this video. Let's get back into the conclusion here. From watching the red carpet premiere, I saw multiple people throwing around the word better. Is Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick, better than Top Gun?
I don't know if I could say that. I mean, Top Gun 1 is just it's such an iconic movie just growing up, you can name a couple movies that are just iconic, and you just can't outdo them. It was a great movie, the new one, but I don't know if you can go with better. I don't know. It's just, the first one is just so impactful. It definitely was a good movie. I think the cinematography just put it over the edge for being, I mean, like I said, some of the lines were a little cheesy, but I think that's just to be expected. You kind of got to play those roles. The
actors from flying in the actual jets, does that come across in their performances? Do they feel like you see that, like the G's ripping their face back, fear, like maybe the intensity in their eyes?
I think so. Yeah, I think a lot of the footage, you definitely get the feeling like you're part of the flight. They did a lot of obviously low flying. I mean, that's kind of what you see in the trailer. So yeah, it's just really good cinematography, really good, amazing footage.
Yeah, overall, how would you sum it up?
I was surprised. I thought it would have been like a really long movie, just because it's such a, they put so much effort into it. But I think it was just shy of 2 hours. But I don't think there was any point in the movie where I was bored, or I was definitely entertained the entire time.
If people are going into this hoping to see the fleet, an aircraft carrier, are they going to be satisfied?
Oh yeah, they're definitely they go on a carrier.
Would you give this, from Naval Aviator perspective, a recommendation? Is this 2 flaps up?
Two flaps up. Yeah, I think so. I'm not a jet guy or an F-18 guy, but I'll give it 2 P3 flaps up.
All right. So big thanks to my buddy, the naval aviator who participated in that interview, who wanted to remain anonymous for security purposes. You know, these are big secrets being let out of the Top Gun premiere there. If you want the long version of this interview, it's available on my podcast, The Scuttlebutt Show. You can find wherever you listen to podcasts. Let me know in the comments how excited you are to see this film, as well as what you enjoyed most about this interview. Thanks for checking it out. I look forward to talking to you guys very soon. For now, that's the Scuttlebutt. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button up in the corner here and check out this next video. If you want, in the description down below, there's links where you can get Scuttlebutt Show merch and find out how you can support the channel. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you guys very soon.